Hello, citizens, and welcome back. This is our match reaction for Chelsea 0, Man City 1 in the Premier League. So make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well if you're new here. And as always, we're just going to jump straight into it. And to jump straight in, I'm going to say this match was an absolute mess. That first half was terrible all round. Pep rang in the changes, and he needed to, because that Everton game, it was poor, it lacked urgency, it lacked creativity, and there's some players that were lucky to save their spot for this game. So he made the changes. He brings in Cancelo, he brings in Walker. But what does he do? Well, he puts Walker centre half, he puts Cancelo basically right wing, he puts De Bruyne right wing as well, he brings Foden on, puts him on the left, and it's an absolute shit show right from the beginning, right from the start. City lacked balance. They didn't know what they were doing. The passing was off. I mean, Walker gave the ball, I don't know how many times. He had a shocker of a game, him. De Bruyne gave away the ball numerous times as well in that first half. And Chelsea looked much stronger. They looked much sharper. And they made two substitutions in like the first 15 minutes because of injuries, one of them being Sterling. We should have been able to capitalize on that, but we couldn't. We just couldn't get the ball. We couldn't get Haaland into the match. We couldn't get Foden into the match. It was just a mess. So yeah, Pep made the changes. Pep had probably the right 11 on the pitch, but he had them in the wrong positions because he was trying to mix it up. He was trying to outplay himself as usual, something we've seen over and over again. When he plays these teams like Chelsea, Stamford Bridge, Liverpool, Anfield, or whatever, he changes it up, he mixes it up, he tries to keep the opposition guessing, and in doing so, our own players guessing. And it didn't look like any of the players knew their role, if I'm honest with you. And like I said, we basically attacked full down that right-hand side, did absolutely nothing all half, and we were very lucky to go in at half-time 0-0. Chelsea should have gone in front. They hit the post towards the end of the half. We were lucky it didn't bounce in off the inside of the post. We were lucky it didn't hit Edison and go in the net. We were so lucky. And I think the few bright spots from that first half, I thought Stones did really, really well. I thought Ake managed it just about on that left-hand side of defence for us because he was getting attacked constantly by Ziyech. He was running at him a lot. And, Ake had two of them. He had Aubameyang and Ziyech running at him for most of that first half, and he handled it just about well enough. And, Rodri as well on the centre with Gundogan. I think Rodri and Gundogan were really good in that first half. Up front, like I said, Foden, I think he had 11 touches or 19 touches or something like that in the first half. Couldn't get him into the game. Couldn't do anything. So you can't really blame him because he wasn't getting the ball. Haaland wasn't getting the ball. I think it was Haaland with 11 touches, and most of them touches came from him tackling players because he was forcing the press, because he was doing his job at the end of the pitch, defending from the front, not because he was threatening, although he did have a good chance towards the end of that first half as well, which I think if he wasn't off balance, he probably scores. But yeah, we went in at halftime 0-0, and Pep had to make changes. And I said it right at the beginning of the halftime, right as the players were walking off the pitch. I said, you got to get Walker off because Walker was terrible. And I said, I'd rather have Lewis on the pitch. Fortunately, he made the changes. He brought Lewis on. He also brought Akanji on because it looked like Cancelo probably picked up an injury at the end of the first half. Because I thought Cancelo was one of our biggest threats in that first half, and losing him in the second, it was a bit of a shame. But Lewis and Akanji came on. Akanji went centre half. Lewis went right back, obviously playing in midfield when we've got the ball. And then he shifted things around a bit. He put Bernardo on the right wing. He brought De Bruyne in the middle, kept Foden out on the left. And we were playing how we should have played from the first half, with the players in their correct positions, in their most, utilised positions, the places they're going to affect the game more. And things started to happen. That second half, we came out a little bit fired up. We came with a little bit more urgency. Our creativity was a little bit better. De Bruyne was suddenly finding his passes. Lewis was a massive difference in that midfield, though. The way he keeps the ball, the way he drives forward, the way he's direct. He gets up and down the pitch really well. I thought he made a huge, huge difference coming on for Walker. And like I said, we kept the ball really nicely, and we did much, much better. And the one area of the game, or the one time in the game where we had possession, the one time in the game where we controlling what was happening and where we were on top, was kind of the first 20, 25 minutes in that second half. And we made it count. We actually got the goal. Unlike Everton, where we dominate and dictate for the entire match and did absolutely nothing. In this game, we took our chance. We took the moment we were on top of the game, and we made Chelsea pay for it with a wonderful, wonderful goal, which, by the way, came after two quick changes from Pep. Now, when we needed it the most against Everton, he didn't make the changes. But in this game, he takes Foden off. He takes Bernardo off together on the 60th minute mark. He made early substitutions. And what does that mean? It means that they've got time to get into the game, time to react rather than the last 5 minutes, which Pep likes. And what happens? They get the goal within 4 or 5 minutes of coming on. And it was wonderful play. It was a wonderful counter-attack. You know, the ball goes from right to left. It finds its way to Grealish, who doesn't mess about. First time, ball right across the box, far post, Mahrez running in. Something we don't see him do a lot of these days. We get the goal. It's as simple as that. Direct, with pace, with a bit more determination and a little bit more of, you know, we're going to attack this goal, get into the 6-yard box, we're going to put bodies forward, and we get out just rewards for it. We get the goal. And is that what we've been missing over the last couple of games, particularly against Everton, the game against Brentford at home, the game against Fulham at home. These games, we just need to play what we do best. We need to play in the best positions. We need the best 11 on the pitch. We need to play how we do, 1-2 touch football from back to front really quickly, turn the opposition defense around and pile bodies into that 6-yard box. That's where we get our goals. And it's, you know, it's no surprise that's how it came. And from then on in, I mean, we did absolutely nothing after that. I thought we were poor. I thought plays reverted back. We sat deeper. We had even Haaland defending 25 yards out from our goal. And he brings on Phillips at the end to see out the game ahead of Rodri, which I thought was a mistake because, well, Phillips nearly cost us a couple of times. I thought Phillips put in a couple of stupid challenges that pose a risk at the back. But we get over the line. Chelsea had a massive chance in injury time, which they blazed over from Hall at the end. And in the end, 1-0 win. And it was a massive win. It was needed. The performance wasn't great, but the 3 points were definitely needed because that puts us 5 points behind Arsenal now. And we can't afford slip-ups. Like Pep said in his pre-match press conference, we need to be perfect in this game and every game after it. We weren't perfect, but you got to take the 3 points where you can, particularly when we weren't on top. In what I thought, Chelsea probably deserved the point. And from the first half performance, I don't think we deserved anything. And we changed it up in the second. And that's it, really. That's the match reaction. That your game. Glad it's over. Our next league game is against United at Old Trafford. Another game we can't afford to slip up. And on this form, you know, he could be anything that game. But that's why I want us to perform well in the next 2 games, going into Chelsea the weekend again in the FA Cup, 3rd round. That's on Sunday. And then we've got Southampton in the League Cup. We need good performances from them 2 games because we need to go into that derby with a bit of form, scoring goals with clean sheets. Wouldn't that be nice? Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well if you're new here, as always. And honestly, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out. Thanks for everyone who was on the match watch along as well. We had good fun. And thank you very much. Bye-bye.